Grays Lake is a main suburb of about 40 miles north of Chicago that was incorporated in 1895. Herring Farms is a subdivision within Grays Lake that was built in the early 1990s. Molly's Pond is located near the entrance of the subdivision and is the center of our research. We set out to determine the origin of the name Molly's Pond, specifically through one question: who was Molly and why was the pond named after her or him? In pursuit of the answer, we contacted a teacher at our high school who lives near the pond and also is a resident of Herring Farms. Upon hearing multiple myths through multiple sources, we were able to narrow it down to two different stories. The one common variable of almost all of the myths was that Molly was a dog and the pond is named after her. The first three myths that we heard were that Molly, the dog, saved a boy from drowning in the pond. Another was that during the construction of the neighborhood, Molly, the dog, got onto the construction site somehow and ended up getting injured in a freak construction accident and dying. And our last myth we heard was that Molly was just the founder of the neighborhood's dog. The two stories we determined that had the most potential to be true were that the contestant entered a contest and won about a story about how she used to walk her dog and where Molly's Pond was, and the dog's name was Molly, and the owner simply liked the story, so he made it that. The other was that Molly, the dog, died in a nearby road near the pond, and the developer felt bad, so he named the pond after her. And then the ashes were thrown in the pond as a memorial. We were unable to come up with a definite conclusion due to the conflicting sources, but we have good reason to believe that one of the two realistic stories of the true origin of Molly's Pond. As you can see in these pictures, Molly's Pond is a man-made lake, and we are not sure, and this led us to believe that some of these myths that we heard could actually be true, and that Molly's Pond, the dog, could have died in a freak accident because of this man-made lake and when it was made. And we don't really know for sure, and it led us to go talk to our friends' grandparents and do more research on our topic. And by doing this, we came about another story that is one of our more reliable stories that we found research and had an interview on. We asked our friends' grandparents how the pond's name came about, and they went into a story about how this this company owner had held a contest because the pond was unnamed and they wanted to have it a name. So they held a contest, and in the contest, a bunch of people submitted, and this one girl submitted a letter saying that she used to love walking her dog before this man-made lake pond was put in, and she loved her dog a lot and everything. And then her dog died, and the owner of the company picked her story in the raffle and really liked what she had, and the dog's name was Molly, so that's how the pond actually got its name. So we're between that. We couldn't really come to a complete conclusion because of the different names from the article that are from the contest and from the thing that the dog possibly died in an accident. So our results ended up being inconclusive.